Hello and welcome to Maths by SAS. This is my second lesson of D3, chapter number 2, exercise 2A, that is about functions involving higher order expressions. In this lesson, I will solve basic level question number 2. Before going to the lesson, I just want to say that if you find any difficulty in understanding the concept of relation or function, domain and range, input and output, you can watch my previous lesson, for which I'll give the link in the description box, because for the better understanding of lessons of mathematics, it's really important to integrate the lesson with the previous lessons, and we should have the good command on the previous concepts, because these lessons are equally important for D2 and D3 students and the students who are preparing the CA examination. Let's move to the question. Question says that if f of x equals to half x into x plus 1, then we have to evaluate the following. F of 1, the second part is f of 2, third is f of 3, and fourth is f of x minus 1. In the fifth part, we have to take the difference between f of 5 and f of 4, and then we have to take the difference between the values of function at 7 and 6, and then we have to evaluate the function at x plus 1. And the next part is f of x minus 1. And finally, in the last part, we have to evaluate f of x square. If we look at the question, this f of x is the function or the machine given, and these different parts like f of 1, here 1 is the input or domain. We have to replace this one instead of the variable of the question, and we have to get the range or output of this question and function. Let's move to the solution of question. Let's write the function first. The given function is f of x equals to half into x and x plus 1. The first part is that we have to evaluate f of 1. So what we have to do, instead of the variable, I have to replace 1. So my right hand side will take the form half into 1 plus 1, and this will become 1 by 2, and 1 multiplied by 1 and dot 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. Now this 2 can go with this 2, and 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. So the answer of f of 1 is 1. I hope you are clear about this part. Very easy parts. We just have to replace the value given in the given function, and we have to evaluate the function at that point. The second part is f of 2. Again, I have to take the original function f of x equals to half into x and x plus 1. Instead of the variable, I have to replace the input or the domain is 2. Instead of the variable, replace 2. Input, that is 2. This dot stands for multiplication, and 2 plus 1. Try to learn to make your calculation easier. This 2 can go with this 2 ones are, and I will left with 2 plus 1, and which is 3. So f of 2 equals to 3. Very easy questions. Let's move to the next part of the question, and that says that we have to evaluate the given function at 3. It's always good to write the original function in the beginning for every part. So my given function is f of x equals to half x into x plus 1, and now I have to replace x by 3. F of 3, this will give me the right hand side half. Instead of x, I have to replace 3, and 3 plus 1. Now 3 plus 1 will give me 4, and now I can easily simplify 2 and 4. 2 ones are, 2 twos are, and I'm left with 3 multiplied by 2, which is equal to 6. So answer of f of 3 is 6. I hope you are clear about these three parts. Let's move to the next part of the question, and that is we have to evaluate f of x minus 1. Let's separate this area so that we should not have any confusion. Now fourth part is that we have to evaluate f of x minus 1. F of x minus 1, take the original function, that is f of x equals to half into x and x plus 1. Instead of the variable, replace x by x minus 1, and my function will take the form f of x minus 1 equals to half into x minus 1 and x minus 1. This one was originally already given in the question. We have to copy it as it is. Now this 1 and 1 are having the opposite signs. We can simplify them, and the right hand side will take the form half into x minus 1 into x, or it's better to write the single term in the beginning. It will take the form half x into x minus 1 equals to f of x minus 1. I hope you are clear about this part. Let's move to the next part of the question, that is f of 5 minus f of 4. F of 5 minus f of 4. So for the solution of this part, what we have to do, first of all, we have to find the value of function at x equals to 5 and then x equals to 4, and then we have to take the difference between those two answers. So let's move to the solution. F of x, the given function, is half into x and x plus 1. Now f of 5 will be equal to half into 5 multiplied by 5 plus 1, and this will give me half into 5 dot 6, or multiplied by 6. 2 ones are and 2 threes are, and 3 multiplied by 5 is 15. So this is the answer of f of 5. Let's block it because we have to use it in the next calculation. Now f of 4 will be equal to half into x and x plus 1. This equals to half into 4 and 4 plus 1. 2 ones are and 2 twos are 4, and this gives me 2 into 5, 2 multiplied by 5, which is equal to 10. Now finally, in order to get the answer of f of 5 minus f of 4, now f of 5 minus f of 4 equals to 15 minus 10, which is equal to 5. I have to take away 10, which is the answer of f of 4, from f of 5, and this will be the answer. I hope you are clear about this question. Let's move to the next part of the question, and that is that we have to evaluate f of 7 minus f of 6. Sixth part is f of 7 minus f of 6. Again, for the evaluation of this part, first of all, we have to evaluate the function at 7, then at 6, and then we have to take the difference between the values. Now, f of 7 will be equal to, the original function is half x into x plus 1, half into 7 plus 1, which is equal to half into 7 into 8. This 2 and 8 can go, 2 ones are and 2 fours are, and my answer for f of 7 will be equal to 4 multiplied by 7, which is 28, and let's block the answer. And then I have to get the answer of f of 6. F of 6, again, instead of the variable of the question, we have to replace x by 6, and it will take the form half into 6. Dot stands for multiplication, and 6 plus 1. Now 2 ones are and 2 threes are, and this will take the form 3 multiplied by 6 plus 1 is 7, 21. 21. This is the answer of f of 6, and let's block the answer. And now finally now f of 7 minus f of 6 will be equal to 28 minus 21, which is equal to 7. Really easy questions. You should have the command on the tables and integers, and the question will become really easy for you. Let's move to 7th part of the question, and that is f of x plus 1. F of x plus 1. Really easy question. What we have to do, we have to take the function f of x equals to half x into x plus 1. Instead of the variable, replace x by x plus 1, and it will take the form half into x plus 1. And instead of variable, replace x plus 1, and this one is already here, this one is already, and the question will take the form half into x plus 1 and x plus 2. F of x plus 1. I hope you are clear about this part. Let's move to the next part of the question, and that says that f of x minus f of x minus 1, f of x minus 1. We have to evaluate this function f of x minus 1. Now, if we look at the answer of f of x, that is the original function, and if we look at f of x minus 1, we have already evaluated that answer. So we will be using the answer from there, and the expression will take the form half into x plus 1 minus half into x minus 1. So I hope we have done a lot about factorization by extracting common factor. Pull out 1 by 2 to make your calculation easy, and inside the bracket we will be left with x into x plus 1 minus x into x minus 1, and my next step will be half into x square. Apply distributive property carefully. X square plus x minus x square plus x. Now this x square can go with this x square, and I will left with 1 by 2 into 2x. This 2 can go with this 2 and x. So the answer for f of x minus f of x minus 1 is x. I hope you are clear about this question. Really easy question. Let's move to the last part of the question, that is f of x square. F of x square. That means that instead of the variable of the question, we have to replace x by x square. X by x square. Original function is f of x equals to half x into x plus 1. Now replace the input by x square, and the right hand side will take the form half into x square and x square plus 1. I hope you are clear about this question. For next difficulty level, please catch me in the next class. Watch my lesson, like, share and subscribe the channel, and press bell icon to get the notification of every lesson in time. Thank you very much.